All right, it is Showdown with Brown time, post-big game. Mark Malusis with the owner of Empire Automotive Group, Michael Brown. What's going on, Michael? How are you?
It was a great game, Moose.
Unbelievable Super Bowl 57 when you look at it. What a tremendous matchup between the Chiefs and the Eagles out there in Glendale, Arizona. Kansas City wins their second crown, second one for Andy Reid, second one for Patrick Mahomes at 27, and let the speculation begin, Michael, about at the end of his career, maybe he might go down as the greatest of all time.
Yeah, second of how many, right?
Yes, that's it. Crazy enough when you look at it. And we've been doing this throughout the course of the year. You and I were on the wrong side of things. We liked the Eagles before the game, and honestly, I come out of that game thinking about Philadelphia missed opportunities, whether it be the Hurts fumble, whether it be the bad penalty at the end of the game. Hated that call, just like we talked about at the time. Hated the call at the end of the AFC Championship game between the Bengals and the Chiefs. And Philadelphia, it's going to be a long offseason. They've already lost their offensive coordinator. He's now the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. They've got 20 free agents this offseason. For the Eagles, it's going to be a case of coulda, woulda, shoulda, and what happened on Sunday in Arizona.
It's the what ifs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it. The game should have been blown open at halftime. That fumble changed everything. I believe that was a 14-point swing. I know they fumbled in their own territory, but Philadelphia was moving the ball very well. The best player on that field, I know everyone's enamored with Mahomes. Jalen Hurts was the best player on that field on Sunday. He's the one who threw for all those yards. He's the one who ran the ball effectively. He really did an incredible job. He made the one costly mistake, and it killed him.
It did. And you look at it, Hurts had over 300 yards passing, over 70 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 1 touchdown through the air, 3 on the ground, that 2-point conversion.
He killed it.
And he killed it. And then you get to the end of the game, Michael, I texted you right after. How do you make that call? How do you make that call? The first defensive holding call the entire game, you're making with 1:54 to go, 3rd and 8 at the Eagles' 15-yard line?
Especially after they let him play all game.
What are you doing?
Flags. They let him play. Disappointing. But I got to say, the Eagles should not have been in that scenario. They were the better team on the field for most of the day. Time of possession, they ruled it. The yards, they ruled it. Really a shame. I mean, I just didn't expect that game to unfold like that. But here we go. Now, yes, the Eagles have all these free agents, but I think they also got one of the best players in the NFL behind center. I think the guy's for real.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think they do. I think Hurts is going to be a guy. I think he's one of those guys going to be motivated off of this kind of loss as well. There's no doubt. We've been doing this throughout the course of the year. I'm going to tease you a little bit because we do have a winner for that 3-year lease on an automobile at the end of the football season. We'll announce that winner here momentarily. Thank you for everyone out there for participating, going to shopempireauto.com/pickwindrive. Your participation was fantastic throughout the course of the year, and we're going to announce that winner here momentarily. But let's continue a little football conversation here, Michael. Let's talk about your Jets this offseason.
Right.
Reports over the weekend, they've reached out to the Packers already to see about the interest and seeing if they're willing to trade Aaron Rodgers. When we're doing this show week 1 next year, do you think Aaron Rodgers is a Jet?
Listen, I think right now I think that's who they're zeroed in on. Whether they can pull this off, it's going to be a trade, obviously. It's not like Carr. Carr's getting his release. Jimmy G's going to be available. I think it's one of the 3 for sure. I think their first choice over and above is Rodgers. The question is, what are they going to have to give up for him? And if we're talking about a trade where they're giving up first-round picks, I'm out. I just think there's too much that the Jets need to fill. They are a really good football team. They're not a great football team. And if you put Aaron Rodgers behind that current line, we have a problem.
That's true.
Okay? You need a left tackle.
Mekhi Becton?
You need a left tackle.
Yes.
You need a center.
Yeah.
Okay? And
I'm getting the sense, though, you don't think it's going to be Rodgers. You think it's going to be Carr.
I just worry about the fact that it's not going to be. Listen, if it's a 2 and a 4 with something to be named later, if he plays 2 years and he does well, that's doable. But if there's a first-round pick associated with this trade, I don't think it happens. No, I really don't. My personal prediction is I think it does happen, but it happens for much less than everyone's talking about. I can't see the Jets giving up a first-round pick. Joe Douglas it's not in his MO.
No, I get that. I understand it, but it looks like a very, very motivated owner in Woody Johnson who's very frustrated.
It's a motivated owner, but I hope that motivated owner knows what it feels like to stand behind a line that can't block.
No, it's true. They've got to.
I mean, that's the problem.
There's no doubt.
And Moose, let's talk. You got a linebacking core that one could be a cap casualty, one's a free agent, which you're probably not going to be able to pay. Then you have a safety issue, and you got to pay your star and
No, it's true.
So you got this isn't a one-person problem. This is and I shouldn't even call it a problem. It's you got to figure out a way to upgrade your team, do it effectively, but keeping your resources, because again, 3 years later, you got these young guys, and you can't sign them all. You have to have young guys again to replace those guys who were once young. That's how great teams stay great.
Yeah, there's no doubt. But are you ready if Rodgers does end up here? Talk about the Jets as being a Super Bowl team?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Listen, Aaron Rodgers, to me, still can play the game at an extremely high level. I don't care what happened last year. Things were not in sync. But the guy, for one thing I'll say about Aaron Rodgers, besides being one of the best in the game, he will have a chip on his shoulder.
No doubt.
And when he has a chip on his shoulder, he's very, very good.
Now, I got to give Michael a shout out. He hopped on with me on Football Sunday this past week on WFAN. Talked a little Super Bowl, talked a little bit about the Jets as well. Yes. And you were fantastic, just as you are each and every...
Hey, it was a good time.
Yeah, it really was. And we'll see where Rodgers does end up.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be interesting. And again, I'm a guy that wants Rodgers, but I will also be very happy with consolation prizes B and C, because I think those are enough. As we talked about before, we got to make the easy look easy. If any of those three guys were the Jets quarterback last year,
you're a playoff team,
right? We're in,
and you're probably in the divisional round,
right?
With
and
a chance to go to championship Sunday.
And you could get dangerous,
no doubt.
Exactly.
Well, if you're Rodgers, you might have been playing this past weekend.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's where Rodgers gives you. We'll see where he does end up and what we're going to be chatting about throughout the course of the offseason. But let's announce the winner. Congratulations to Gregory Moyer. Gregory Moyer is the winner of a 3-year lease on an automobile at the end of the football season. Congrats to Greg for participating, hopping online. Michael was hot as a firecracker throughout the course of the year, picking against the spread. We drew Greg's name from the number of winners that we had throughout the course of the regular season and the postseason. And Greg, you're a winner. There you have it. It's just that easy. Now you are a winner of a 3-year lease on a car.
Yep.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Nice deal.
Michael, do you believe this is the end of another football season? Soon as you know it, it's going to be late August. We're going to be sitting here. We're going to be doing it again.
I can't wait till the draft all that stuff starts getting talked about, because until then, it's quiet around here.
Michael, it's an absolute blast doing this with you each and every week. Good luck to you, all right?
Thanks, Moose.
You got it. And congratulations to Greg, and good luck to you as always.